all those 16 countries, we meet on regular basis to discuss on matters which is important to our region. There are matters for which each and every country has similarities, although there are differences, but there are common denominators for which we sit as a region. We share resources, we share ideas, we discuss on matters. What has worked in another country may work for us, for the better living of the people, of the human being in the SADC region.
Social accountability is about bringing communities and elected representatives and governments closer together.
The new generation that is coming in is looking for more accountability. So that appetite on its own has led to the new crop of leaders who, when sent to institutions like Parliamentary Forum, they want to come out knowing that they are going to make decisions that will be far-reaching. Remember that a post-colonial era, there's been a lot of demarcation and cultural diversions. So if you look at people in the region right now, we are more integrated. And that creates the need for us to identify with each other.
I think as we see, the effect of climate change is affecting many countries, not only globally, but mainly on the SADC region. And I think it was important for us to have this platform to discuss on such important matters, which disseminate through various levels. It affects education, it affects livelihood, it affects food security.
No country is an island. We have 4 other regions in Africa that have standing regional parliaments. Once we transform into a regional parliament, we shall then have 5, which will become the anchor of the Pan-African Parliament. So we are the missing child in the matrix.
It enables accountability because you find out one of their roles is to make model laws, and when they are going to be domesticated at national level, they shape the narrative at national level, they influence policy. The separation of powers is important in terms of the development of any country and development of region.
So basically the 3 steps on the transformation. 1 was to deposit an instrument, so to speak, or a white paper, green paper, depending on where you sit, which is a proposal to summit, indicating the parameters and modalities of this parliament, following which they gave approval and they directed the Secretariat to form a task team, which is made out of the SADC PF and the SADC Secretariat. The 3rd step was to amend the SADC Treaty to recognize the SADC Parliament, which at this point we have 9 countries that have signed. We need 12 countries to sign the treaty for it to be able to recognize the SADC Parliament as an organ of SADC. The 3rd stage will be the protocol. Now this is the protocol that now is a constitution, in other words, which is going to say what is this parliament, what is it going to do. Once the treaty is amended by 3/4, we move to the protocol and then we'll fully operate.
It's a dream come true and we're almost there. Zambia is just on the verge of signing it. The others who haven't signed is just to urge them that they should treat it as a matter of urgency so that we actualize this dream. As I said, it's important that we become a regional parliament so that when we make decisions, it will be easy for us to domesticate them. It will give policy guidance and also provide the necessary oversight on the executive. The door is open for us to do much more and also come up with the other model laws which will be able to give guidance to national parliaments in terms of what laws to formulate.
Being a parliament means issuing guidance in a much more authoritative way. Not only will it be giving guidance as to how the national parliaments engage in the issues that confront them, but once they are engaged in there, the regional parliament will be getting feedback from the national parliaments. They will be able to reassess, and when you reassess, it's at a different level, and you are able to reformulate your plan of action.
It may be, let me just say, how we treat cholera. It must be standardized. It may be around how we deal with malaria, for instance. We cannot have one country doing everything that has to be done. The borders are porous. We need to integrate as a region.
There's a great deal of values and interest in making sure that we work together as a region, and therefore no one should be left behind. We have a duty to make sure that we as a region are able to consolidate our unity of purpose so that we can address critical issues in the interest of making progress.
It will take us further as a region for us to be able to ensure that the SADC protocols, SADC treaties and amendments that have already been acceded to are actually taken to the next level of implementation, that the SADC citizens will be engaged with the affairs of SADC much more intimately towards the regional integration we all seek and the Africa agenda we so much aspire for.